What's going on, everyone? So the Los Angeles Lakers got an absolute steal of the draft in the 17th pick. This is a guy that was projected on many boards as high as like top 5 in this draft and ended up falling all the way to 17th, which is insane. Now, this is a guy that he fell because of his age, right? Being 23 compared to a lot of these tanking teams, a lot of these bad teams that are trying to rebuild. They want the 19-year-old kid. They want the guy that they can spend the next 4 years in hopes that he's better than Dalton Knecht, where, by the time they're ready to compete or anything, Dalton Knecht's already, 27, 28, where it's like, we only got him for, 5 years, really, right? Like, so I understand the situation, understand the circumstances, and it really was like the best case scenario for the Lakers, and in all honesty, Dalton Knecht, right? Because he gets to go to a place where he's really going to get the spotlight and attention and really be able to shine. Even Rookie of the Year. I still think Zach Edey is probably going to win the Rookie of the Year, but Dalton Knecht goes and balls out, he's going to have the Laker bump, and he's going to have the LA market and all that stuff in his favor. So he's in a really great place. But it's what he's shown already. Now, obviously, he hasn't played a legit NBA game yet. He's played in preseason. Not that those aren't actual NBA games. He's not logging NBA minutes, but his role is going to be completely different once he actually gets into the regular season. Also, it's a lot more amped, right? When you get to the regular season, because teams are, the wins and losses matter. Where right now it's like, no, yeah, you want to win every preseason game, but you're also, there's a particular goal in place right now, which is like, hey, we need to kind of work out whatever kinks we need to work out, need to kind of work on our systems, offense schemes, defense schemes, kind of gear up and get ready for the upcoming season. It's not so much, hey, we need to go all out and win every game. Once you get to midway through the third into the fourth quarter, it's all the G League guys and bench guys and stuff like that anyway. So it's not what you're going to expect once you get to an actual, once the season starts against like Minnesota. But regardless, you've seen a little bit of everything from Dalton Knecht. You've seen his ability to score the basketball, seen the ability to shoot the basketball, beat guys off the dribble, right? Make plays for others. I've been very impressed with his playmaking ability, right? I wouldn't classify him as a playmaker. I wouldn't just give him the ball and let him just absolutely go to work. But his ability to create for himself and others, I do think is going to go a really long way, especially in particular with this offense that JJ Redick is running and planning to continue to run. But it's more so the confidence of this kid. He's clearly got the green light. Dude started he was like 2 for 12 or something like that from the floor. And then kind of went on a little run towards the end of the game. And him and, of course, Quincy Olivari, who did a video talked about already. So definitely go check out that video after this video. But Dalton Knecht also was a big part of that as well. And he finished the game, played 34 minutes, which was the most minutes out of anybody, which is great. It's what you want to see him. Like, this is now the opportunity. Give him a real run. Give him a real opportunity. Let's see what he can do, right? And he had a nice all-around game. 13 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. Again, didn't shoot the greatest. 5 of 16 from the field total, 2 of 10 from three-point range, 1 steal, 5 personal fouls, 2 turnovers. Now, some people might look at that, he's this, that, and the other, right? 5 of 16 is terrible, 2 of 10 it's terrible. And yes, it is. But he's also a rookie who has already shown the ability to knock down shots, but it's the confidence to keep going. Right? Now, obviously, you want good shot selection. Obviously, you don't want him forcing stuff. But he had the green light, and he started to hit shots, and he never lost that confidence. And that's great for a rookie. Right? That's great to see such a young guy have that confidence and have the ability to go, hey, I missed my last 10 shots. I'm going to hit this one when it matters, when it counts down the stretch. Again, Dalton Knecht's role is going to be completely different once we actually get to the regular season. Right now, he's the primary scoring option in a lot of ways. He's got the ball in his hands heavily. He's making plays for himself. He's making plays for others. He's doing several things that just they're not going to be looking for him to do. right? Obviously, he needs to be able to shoot the basketball. Obviously, he needs to be able to create for himself a little bit. Obviously, defensively, right? He needs to pick it up defensively. He's had his good moments, but he's also had his bad moments and concerns defensively. But, the roller coaster, it's going to be there, right? He's going to have his good moments. He's going to have his bad moments, right? He's especially as a rookie. I mean, every rookie is going to have that, but players, period, have that. Players, period, have good games and bad games. But it's what else can you do out on the basketball court? Can you help rebound? He's doing that. He got several offensive rebounds. He had 6 of his 8 rebounds were offensive, right? Can you make plays for others when your shot's not falling? Can you find the occasional cutter, right? Can you be the swing man? Can you defend at a high level, right? You start putting all those things together, all of a sudden you're gonna get an expanded role no matter what. Right? Now you're too good to take off the court. Even if your shot's not falling, you're impacting the game in other ways. It's you got to keep this guy on the basketball court. And Dalton Knecht, we know he can shoot. We know he can score. It's everything else, right? And it's the confidence, right? Are you, when you're 0 of 4, 0 of 5, do you just completely fold, or do you start hitting shots? And you saw him start to hit shots again, particularly when it mattered. Now, look, he's still very raw, still needs development, still needs to grow. Is he a guy that can make an impact right now? Absolutely, right? But he's not a guy that you're counting on being, a 15 to 20 point a game night guy. His role is going to be coming off of screens, pin downs, right? Pick and pop, movement shooter. He's going to be a guy that's going to be looked at in that Torian Prince, almost sort of, Klay Thompson role for just a universal name that everyone knows, right? He's going to be coming off of the screens and just get your shot off, right? You got the green light. If you can get your shot off, get your shot off. Don't worry about anything else. Right? And that is, he's not going to be asked to, hey, we need you to dominate the ball in the fourth quarter and go drop 30 tonight. You're not looking for him to do any of the crazy stuff. Again, that's the difference between preseason and the regular season. But it's to get him comfortable. It's to get him and his legs under him. He's still learning and adjusting the physicality. He's still learning and adjusting the pace. Right? He's getting his legs and figuring out the game. Right? It's a very different, going from college to the NBA, it's a huge jump. Guys are bigger, guys are stronger, guys are more athletic, guys are overall better. The worst player at the end of a bench for a team was a star in college, right? It's just it's a completely different game. Right? The offensive action, defensive action, the way the certain rules, element, there's so many things that go into it. Right? Even preseason and summer league is different than the actual NBA games and NBA season. He's not ready for. I see a lot of people that really you need to start Dalton Knecht and all that. No, he's not there yet. Now, that doesn't mean he won't get there. That doesn't mean he won't be there, right? But he's not ready for a starting role, and that's okay, right? Right now, let him be comfortable. Let him get comfortable as that 7th, 8th guy off the bench. And as he continues to build confidence, as he continues to grow as a player, as he starts to learn and better understand both sides of the basketball, right? Then you can start kind of looking to, hey, maybe he is worth putting in the starting unit, right? Maybe he is ready to go. But right now he's been incredibly inconsistent at times. Again, he hasn't been bad. There isn't a moment where I'm man, he's been really bad. Again, he's impacted the game in several ways, right? But if you look at the 3 games, for example, let's look at the 3 preseason games. You have the Bucks game in which you got 13, 8, and 4. 5 of 16, 2 of 10 from the floor, right? And then if you go to the Phoenix Suns game, he had, in 21 minutes, he had 7 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 3 of 9 from the floor, 1 of 7 from 3. It's not great. Now, he did have a block and a steal, only 1 turnover. He was a minus 19. He was rough that game against Phoenix. And, again, had his struggles and got exposed at times out there on the basketball court. But it's fine. Again, let him. This is the time to do that, right? Everyone wants him to be this superstar right out the gate. Everybody takes, even Giannis and Jokic and, there's very few LeBron and Wimby's that have came and immediately are 20 and 28-8, right? Like, it's just doesn't happen, right? It takes time, right? You look at the first game against the Minnesota Timberwolves, right? Dalton Knecht, 25 minutes, 16 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 7 of 13 from the floor. That's great. 2 of 7 from 3. Not terrible, but not where you want him to be. He also had 5 turnovers, right? Against a team that's a good defensive team. He was minus 13 overall. 1 block, 1 steal, right? He's shown everything you want to see. He's been everything we've asked for and then some. I'm not trying to take away from the player that he has shown the ability to be. I mean, he's been fantastic for a rookie, especially 17th pick, as a guy that can make an immediate impact right out the gate. Right? And look, I've said, I think he'll be average double digits. The over-under for his total points was 9.5 when it first came out. I don't know what it is right now. I haven't looked at it since it came out, but it was 9.5. And I said that's like right on the line, right? Because I think he'll either be like an 8-point-a-game guy or he'll be a 10-plus point-a-game guy. I do. I wouldn't be shocked if he averages 13 a game this season off the bench. But an average he's got to be consistent though, right? Like, you can average 13 a game off the bench, but if it's 5 games, you're giving us 3, and then, you have that 25-point game where it's just like, oh, wow, he can't miss, and he's, 8 of 10 from 3 or something crazy like that, and it's just like, oh, there he is, and that, that's going to balance out your total, right? Like, what does he do game in and game out, night in and night out? Does he get an impact? But it's also up to the coaching staff, it's up to J.J. Redick and rotation for him to get consistency and get a consistent role and play consistent minutes. I don't want to put too much of a burden and expectations and workload on a rookie, right? Who's coming right out the gate. If we were a young team that was just, we'd be happy to make the play in, then sure, right? Like, if we didn't have LeBron and Anthony Davis, if it was just like Jalen Hood-Schifino, Max Christie, Dalton, Rui and Jackson Hayes or so, it's like, we're not doing anything anyway this year. Like, put Knecht out there and just let him have his good games, let him have his bad games, let him get roughed up a little bit, let him, figure things out. But we're not in that position. We're trying to win as many games as possible right now. And his time will come where he'll probably be in the starting unit. But you don't need to rush, you don't need to expedite that. Take your time, let him get comfortable, let him get his legs under him, let him really get a feel and a grasp for the game. I mean, even Pop did it with Wemby last year. I mean, early in the season, Wemby was getting like 19 minutes a game. And it was like, why is Wemby only playing 19 minutes? Because Pop understands, like, you don't want to cause injury. You don't want to overworkload these guys. You want to let them figure it out, right? You start getting these guys exposed. You start getting these guys put in position. All of a sudden, things change. Confidence starts to wane a little bit, right? Like, you want to keep them as looking good as possible, right? And I think that Dalton Knecht is going to look very good this season. I'm sure he'll have his games where he just lays a total dud and you're just like, come on, Dalton. It happens to the best of them, right? But I do believe that he's going to have a real impact. I think he's going to average probably double digits a game if he gets the minutes in the role, right? But again, I'm not going to ever put a cap on these young guys because we don't know. You never know, right? He might just be great. Maybe 20 games into the season, this dude is just undeniable at that point. Who knows? You never know, right? So I'm not going to be so foolish as to say like, oh, he's not going to be a starter this year. I don't know, right? Depending on the type of trades that happen and get done, if they even get done, right? Maybe we do have a need to where Dalton Knecht has to start or something, right? So again, you never know what tomorrow is going to bring, but take your time, right? If he gets in the starting unit, that's great because that means he's been good enough. But I also think that you don't want to rush it, you don't want to force it. If it comes naturally, great, let it come naturally. This kid has been amazing. Seriously, he's been fantastic. It's just let him go through the hiccups. Everybody started at this point. Everybody started as that inconsistent rookie that has the good games and the bad games, right? Even the best of them. Even Wemby had some duds last year, right? Like, it happens, right? Let's see what Knecht is able to do. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel with your thoughts? I'd agree with me, disagree with me. You kind of mixed in the middle. However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot as we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you.